Hello everybody in YouTube land. Once again, welcome you to my channel. Today, what we're going to be going through is some tips on some older mixers. Things that can go wrong, things that you can fix by yourself. You don't need to take them to a tech shop or anything. And in this particular model, this is one of my older mixers, but a more reliable mixer. It's a Mackie Micro Series 1202, 12 channels, mic lines, and you can see the channels going across. The first 4 channels are usually my mic channels, or if I want to just go mono, I can go mono on there. The rest of the channels, they're split into mono or double lines, and obviously you got your 4 balanced channels there. Well, the problem that I had in one of my last events, and a good thing that you can always do is take extra equipment. Okay, I usually take an extra mixer, an extra speaker, I even take an extra computer. In this case, what was happening was I was only getting signal on one side, only one side of the mixer. After a while, that did start bugging me. I was able to compensate for a little while, but then after a while, I told my partner, just go into the briefcase and get the other mixer. I have a Behringer mixer, which we applied at the moment, and removed this one and put everything one step at a time during the show in order to interchange mixers. We did that and it turned out all right. So coming home, a couple of days after, I started checking what went wrong. Why is it not giving me both sides? Well, first I obviously checked each channel, and what I saw was that these channels, the ones that are mixed channels, left and right, left and right, left and right, were only giving me right, and they weren't giving me left. So I said, is it something on the output of the mixer that's going wrong, or something in the signal here that was going wrong? But I put on some try to put on some music here so I can check it properly. But actually, what was going wrong was on this side of the mixer. I checked it on all the mono channels, which are these first 4 channels. They're strictly mono and balanced, and they seem to be alright. On mono, I was getting left and right, no problem. Balanced, obviously, everything was giving me good signals. I can hear it on the headphones, and it seemed okay. So then I came back to this side again, and I went step by step, one at a time, checking left, checking right. I would get signal on one side and then wouldn't get signal on the other side. So then what I did is I did each one individually. I started listening. Once I had the 1/4 inch in on the headphones, I started messing with the 1/4 inch and see if I would get any kind of type of sound. Well, I was getting sound when I lifted it up a bit. Maybe some were only a 16, some were only an 1/8. 1 or 2 were almost a 1/4. And what I noticed was that some of these plugs, which the 1/4 inch goes into, were all the way down here somewhere. I don't know if you can see very clearly. Down here somewhere. So I said, well, if the 1/4 inch has the connection Let me get a 1/4 inch so we can obviously see. If the 1/4 inch has the connection here and it's not connecting properly when it goes down, that means that I need to lift this plug up a bit. And when I checked 1 or 2 of them, they were loose. Some were loose, just some weren't tight enough. Trying to get this online first. So I started lifting one up at a time and checking it. I would put it in, lift, kind of tying up the input so it would lift the input up. I screw down, put it in, and I see if I was able to hear it okay. If not, how much would I have to lift up in order to get the right sound? And it started off a lot. As I gave it a couple of turns, it was less, and finally I got it to where this part of the plug seemed to meet the inside of where it receives it, obviously. So they needed to line up. So through time, it seems that these little nuts, they seem to loosen up by themselves. And my tip to you is, before you take it to a tech shop, before you take it to someone who tells you they're a professional at doing this, check it yourself. It's not real difficult. It's not rocket scientist. I myself, if it goes beyond my control, since I do shows, I will take it to a tech if I think it's beyond my control. But if there's simple things you can do, you can always economize and try it yourself. Obviously, with not breaking anything, taking care of your equipment. Okay. Now, I have the same problem on this last channel. Okay, I haven't fixed it yet because I kind of wanted to do it on video, but it seems that one of these, there it goes. Okay, it seems this one is still down low. I don't know if you got to see where the signal just came in. I'm going to press down and you're going to see this signal disappear. As you can see. Left side goes up, and I'm hearing the left side. But the right side is not balanced. It's not, there you go. Now I can hear both of them through the headphones. Well, what I do, and obviously, was the power off. Let me take this down a minute. Okay. I'll stop the music. I will turn the power off. And I can tell you, it's a pretty tedious job to do. Okay. If you don't got patience to do it, then I tell you, take it to a tech. Let him do it. Because this is tedious. It's trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. It's got a little nut on there. And you want to try to give it a twist or two. I already did a couple of twists on it, because I wasn't getting anything in the beginning. But just for the video's sake, I left it more or less close. Okay, gave it almost half a twist. Okay, you got to go bit by bit because you don't want to break the channel. You know, so I take it a bit at a time, and I trial and error, trial and error. There's no other way. Well, there is another way, taking it to a tech shop. But it's usually how I do it. And I wanted to share that with you guys. Okay. Okay, now it's a little less. Okay, that was too much. So you gotta have you can't do it too much because you gotta have a balance between your left side and your right side. If you go too high up, then your left side is gonna sound bad. Right now I'm having problems with my right side. That's why I'm saying the left side. And right there, it seems good, but I need to turn it off again. And continue the process. And I usually always turn off the power. Turn off the power. And then do whatever I need to do. This is not something to do rush. If you're in a rush, save it for another day. This is a day that you don't have anything to do in the house with the kids or whatever it may be. This is something you need to do with a lot of patience. If this is your equipment which you DJ with, well, you gotta work on it. Always fine tune your equipment, especially after a show. You know what went wrong, if anything went wrong. Even if it didn't go wrong, always check your equipment before you go out. You don't want to find out something went wrong when it's too late. Okay. Okay, once again. And here we go. Okay. 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 There you go. Okay. Seems like my left side still needs a little work. Okay, right side seems, I'm pushing down on the right side and it seems to be holding up. But the left side, the one I did prior, seems to need a little bit more work. Okay, now the right side is working fine and the left side needs to go up a little bit. Well, anyway, I think you guys got the idea. You gotta fine tune it. It does take a little bit of time, but you can get it. Once again, you're gonna see this. There you go. I'm gonna have to continue on and fine tune the left side with what I was doing. But you guys got the idea. This is a tip from DJ 2K here in Ponce, Puerto Rico. To you guys. Have fun. Take care of your equipment. Do what you need to do. Okay? Have a good one.